Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. Chelsea versus Newcastle. Pochettino versus Eddie Howe. The team that have scored 9 goals in 2 matches against the team involved in a 6-goal thriller in their last friendly at the same time that Chelsea played Brighton. It was Newcastle 3, Aston Villa 3, Chelsea the winners of the 7-goal thriller against Brighton. This is an exciting game of football. Newcastle, Champions League. They've got a lot to look forward to at that club. They've sold Alan St-Maximin. They've bought in Harvey Barnes, a good player. We're going to see an exciting Newcastle team against the Chelsea team under Mauricio Pochettino, who in very early stages here in pre-season look like a totally different side to anything we saw last season. And I think the biggest credit that we give to Chelsea for the way that we've played. Yes, Wrexham in the first match. It's not the most difficult fixture in the world, but we looked good. We were playing really good progressive football, combinational play between players that have never played a professional game of football together before, and then we built on that against Brighton. We saw some slight typicalities of pre-season with some sloppiness defensively, but when I look forward to the game between Chelsea and Liverpool at the beginning of the Premier League season, if I were to make a prediction right now, not talking about Chelsea-Newcastle, but when we look at Chelsea under Poch in the first 2 games and we look at Liverpool, they need to make signings, but I think that both of these 2 sides can attack so well, based on what we've seen from Chelsea under Pochettino, we can be blistering going forward. Liverpool, we know what they can do. It could be 4-4 on the opening day of the season. With Newcastle, last season, they were very difficult to break down, but because it's pre-season, they've still got teething issues with fitness, the same as Chelsea do. With all these pre-season games, we can expect goals. And the Chelsea team that I am building today, I think, minus 1 curveball that I've thrown into the starting 11, I think it's the strongest 11 that Chelsea currently have under Mauricio Pochettino. So before we get into Chelsea-Newcastle building my team, I want to say a big thank you to today's sponsors. Today's video is sponsored by Chelsea's official betting partner, PARIMATCH UK. PARIMATCH are currently offering a deal to new customers where you will receive £30 in free bets when you make your first £10 deposit and then place that £10 on any footballing market bet with odds of 2.0 or higher. You've got to opt into the promotion when you sign up for PARIMATCH UK. All of the links are in the description down below, and good luck. Let's get on to the video. We are back. Massive thank you once again to PARIMATCH. Chelsea, during this pre-season, have been electric. It's a shame that we've only got games every 3 or 4 days, because it would be nice when you've got such a massive squad in the US to see us playing every day or every other day. We talk about fitness. Yeah, okay, it's the most important thing, and playing a 90-minute game of football every day is ludicrous. But in terms of the excitement for us fans, it has been good again to see Chelsea scoring goals. I think one of the biggest surprises for me during these early pre-season fixtures is just how quickly Mauricio Pochettino has managed to give us some kind of attacking identity. There's obviously nothing yet that is perfect. We need to lock ourselves down a little bit when it comes to defensive positioning, the right choices in defensive areas. But going forward, the amount of times last season we were simply crying out to see those little combinations like the Mudryk-Nicholas Jackson combo for Mudryk's goal, the first goal, by the way, in a Chelsea shirt. Those kind of moments were so few and far between last season. You can pick, probably on one hand, the amount of matches where Chelsea got you off your seat. Chelsea were playing good football, scoring goals, creating big chances. And I think the issue with us towards the end of last season, or at least one of the issues, is that when you're not scoring, when you're losing games of football, the confidence to try and do things in front of goal, and even in that build-up, that final phase build-up, it just completely dissipates. It's gone. Chelsea didn't have any confidence to create those kind of opportunities in the final third. Now, you got players like Nicholas Jackson who have come in, 3 assists, 1 goal in his first 2 Chelsea appearances. He will also know that it's a gamble for Chelsea to rely on him as a striker when there is the potential of an Mbappe, a Victor Osimhen, a Harry Kane. Nicholas Jackson's got a point to prove. He is wanting to show Pochettino, and I think so far, successfully by the way, he is trying to show Pochettino that Chelsea don't need to go and spend 100 million quid on an elite level striker because he's got it already. Chelsea have also got Christopher Nkunku, 2 goals in his opening 2 matches. So we are going to build what I think, like I said before the sponsor ad break, I think this is probably the strongest Chelsea 11 that I could pick right now, based on the players available and based off of what I've seen so far this pre-season, minus the opening curveball of Gabriel Slonina. Gabriel Slonina is my goalkeeper. He's not long been training with the first team, but because it is pre-season, we've got 2 more matches after this one, so this is like the middle segue point. I think Poch is going to give him a go. And the reason I think it's important that we see minutes for Gabi Slonina during this pre-season tour is not only because he's playing in the US. It'd be nice for him personally to get minutes in front of a crowd who are going to be willing him on, which is good for confidence. But also, if Chelsea aren't in the market for a goalkeeper, Marcus Bettinelli, I think he's only played 7 Premier League fixtures and has averaged over 2 goals per game conceded in all of those. So if Kepa gets injured and Chelsea aren't in the market for a second choice goalkeeper, are we going to be calling upon Gaga Slonina to be the guy to come in? And if we are, even though he's not been playing many minutes of competitive top-level football at all in his career, then he needs to be playing against Newcastle. Newcastle, in my opinion, are the strongest team that Chelsea will play in this pre-season, even better than Borussia Dortmund, who are match number 5 in this tour. So, Slonina is the curveball. We move into my Chelsea defence, and I would love to hear what you think about this in the comments down below. I have put Ian Maatsen as my first choice left back right now. That is based off of his pre-season performances, but also when we look forward to the season, what we are used to from Chilwell is a good start to the season, big injury takes him out for a while, and he can't keep that place. So, Ian Maatsen is my left back, Reece James is my right back, Silva and Colwill in the centre back 2. Ian Maatsen has impressed me so much. When I look back on all of the highlights, all of the analysis, the breakdown of Chelsea's 2 games so far, Ian Maatsen has been so impressive. And I genuinely think, as much as the debate might be, well, we've got Cucurella, we've got Chilwell, is there space for Ian Maatsen in this team, or should we sell him or put him on loan? I don't think anybody is looking at Maatsen anymore and thinking, yeah, he's surplus to requirements, Chelsea should sell him. It's about, is Ian Maatsen ready to break into the first 11? That is the conversation that I think we should be having right now. Going forward, he's a menace. Those 2 goals against Wrexham, the positional play, even though, yes, granted there, he was a winger, not a fullback, still, that ability to get forward. And I just think, when you're that good going forward, okay, Chile also scored against Brighton, we can't forget that, but I just really think he's that good. I really do. We move into a midfield pivot of Andre Santos and Enzo Fernandez. And the fact that I think this is the strongest available pivot right now goes to show that Chelsea are pretty desperate to get this Caicedo deal done. Not to say that Andre Santos isn't a good player, that Andre Santos can't play 20, 30 appearances in his debut season at Chelsea at the mere age as a teenager that he is at the club. I think he is such a good player. Positionally, he doesn't get carried away, he doesn't try to bomb forward. And that is what unlocks Enzo. We have said it week after week, video after video. Enzo needs someone to do that dirty work in front of the defence. You also look at Thiago Silva. Andre Santos couldn't have a better Brazilian role model playing just behind him if he's playing as a 6 than Thiago Silva. And I think right now, when you look at Gallagher, as a pivot, it doesn't work. He's better when he's kind of interchanging, like we saw with Chukwuemeka. Those 2 8s who drop, go, they kind of take it in turns to do so, depending on where the move is in the field. I think we need to see this partnership together. I really think this could be special. And I don't know if it's just like the Argentina-Brazil combination that I really want to see. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. There's also an argument here, and I want to know your thoughts on this. Gusto right back, Reece James with Enzo. Maybe that's a better option when we're talking strongest 11s, but I want to see Santos and Enzo together. Moving into the three behind my striker, Nicholas Jackson. Jackson, in the 2 games that I've seen of him, I've fallen in love with the bloke as a Chelsea player. I think he's magnificent. We've also had some brilliant comments from him about how he wants to emulate Nicolas Anelka, Demba Ba, and even more than Didier Drogba. This guy is just so likeable, and Mudryk has already got a little bond with him. He's got to start this game for me. Nkunku, because I want to see these two together, and Noni Madueke as my first choice on the right, because so far, Raheem Sterling has not covered himself in glory. So what you can see on the screen here is my strongest Chelsea 11 that I think we have available to us right now, minus Kepa, who's obviously the #1 goalkeeper. When I look at this team, there is so much potential across the entire field. When you look, there's only Thiago Silva. Reece James becomes the second most senior figure in this Chelsea team, which is absolutely unbelievable. Yes, it might be a problem. When it comes to Premier League football, the intensity shifts to another level. We go up multiple gears from what we see in this pre-season. And as much as sometimes you want to just see us playing some exotic teams, you know, Yokohama of Japan are playing City, Chelsea are just flipping playing Brighton, Newcastle and Fulham, which is Premier League teams, but it's totally different. And I think what we're going to see from Pochettino is bold moves. We have a very young squad, so we've sold a lot of the experience in the team, so we've got to use these guys. And as things are going when it comes to incoming players right now, it's very slow. Mohamed Kudus, at the time of me recording this, looks closer than any of them. And in terms of that rumour, that has been a shorter-lived story than any of the other stories. Caicedo, Lavia, any of these players. So, Mudryk and Jackson, it is for real. I'm excited to see these two again. And Nkunku and Jackson, we have to see them on the pitch together. Pochettino alluded to it after the game against Brighton, that he wants to see the two play together. And I think, against the strongest opposition of this pre-season, this is the perfect time. We need to see Noni out there as well. Enzo, Santos, I think with Reece James and Maatsen, we have got so much attacking potential here. Whether it's Chilwell, Reece James, Gusto, whatever, there's so much quality in those fullbacks. And I think with Poch, we're going to see the underlapping runs of the fullback, the wing-back if it is that case, overlapping runs too. And I want to see both Maatsen and Mudryk connecting. We know that Chilwell and Mudryk get along very well, but I want to see Maatsen deployed a bit deeper, and then maybe as the game goes on we see Chile or Cucurella with Maatsen more advanced. I think with Maatsen we are blessed here with a player who can not only play in the defensive role on the left, but also going forward as well. But I want to see that combo of Mudryk and Maatsen together. Let me know your thoughts on this Chelsea starting 11 in the comments down below. And once again, we are here at the end of the video with a prediction. And considering we got the game against Brighton right, and that was a high scorer, we're going to be bold again here. And I'm going to say Chelsea will win this game 3-1. I think there will be a few goals, but I think it will be less than Brighton. 3-1 Chelsea is my prediction. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to add any other potential predictions in there for this one. Let me know your starting 11 in the comments down below. And please do me a favour, if you do enjoy this video, hit the like button on it and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the pre-season content here on GBFC. Come on, you Blues.